This is our logistics mid-semester project by Nick Olahan, Kevin O'Neill, Julia Mirsky, Rochelle Majija, and Ethan Payne. Global sourcing, transportation/holding costs. Looking into global sourcing for our company XYZ, we will dive deeply into the concept of our strategy pertaining transportation and holding costs. At company XYZ, we decided to provide a faster transportation plan. This is essential to our company as fast transportation in all aspects of the business will only build the brand's reputation. With this fast transportation concentration comes a higher transportation cost, but on the other hand comes with lower inventory holding costs. With the quality of product we are looking to supply our consumers, our focus is to maintain our high image of quality products. With that said, we can hold an ample supply of our products due to the low holding cost, and we can keep our representation as a smooth functioning operation with our quick transportation. Sustainable procurement and social responsibility. A well-established and defined sense of sustainable procurement and social responsibility are essential to setting a standard for our company XYZ. With a strong sustainable procurement policy, company XYZ will be able to protect themselves and our image by having policies and standards in place to protect our customers as well as our environment. One of the points of differentiation that our company XYZ will be our dedication to provide the most environmentally safe products and ample use of solar energy. The use of solar energy in our facility is a testament to our social responsibility to supply and create some of the most environmentally friendly lawn and garden products on the market. Another point of focus in regard to our social responsibility is making sure the company holds itself ethically accountable. This pertains to many things such as staying clear of ethical concerns such as bribes and kickbacks. In order to show our dedication to our social responsibility, during the employment process, we require those applying to fulfill a questionnaire, placing them in scenarios where they need to make out an ethical decision. We also have similar questionnaire for our vendors, emulating the concept that BMW put into place with their vendor selection process. Supply Chain Process Frameworks, SCOR or GSCF. The Supply Chain Process Framework we have decided to use is the GSCF model. The GSCF model includes 8 processes: customer relationship management, supplier relationship management, customer service management, demand management, order fulfillment management, manufacturing flow management, product development and commercialization, and returns management. We felt that the GSCF framework was more in-depth and includes a lot of processes that are more specific and important. SCOR only has 6 broad processes: plan, source, make, deliver, return, and enable, and they do not mention relationships with the customer or supplier at all. Relationships with customers and suppliers are very important to us, and this framework also has every business function involved. That is why we have chosen the GSCF framework as our supply chain process framework. Third-party logistics. Third-party logistics is when a company chooses to outsource some of their functions to another company that specializes in certain functions. This can give our supply chain an advantage, but only if we choose to outsource the right functions and for the right price. We should only outsource to another company if there is a certain process or service that our supply chain lacks. If our supply chain performs well, there will not be a need for the help of a third party. Single source versus multiple source procurement. We have chosen to source our goods from multiple sources. By doing this, we will build good business relationships with more than one company and lower a lot of our supply risks. Lastly, procurement from multiple sources will also give us better knowledge of the markets, which will help our company in the long run. Fixed order quantity. The inventory level will be monitored at all times and replenished when products on hand need to be reordered. We chose a fixed order quantity system over a fixed order interval system because the order quantity allows businesses to order inventory when needed rather than always ordering it and potentially having extra or more than needed. This system also allows the business to spend money in places more needed rather than ordering materials not necessarily needed at the time. This is a helpful diagram to describe fixed order quantity. JIT process. Fixed order quantity goes hand in hand with the just-in-time process, as XYZ will use this process to keep inventory to a needed amount and even reduce the safety stock. It is not likely that every week is going to have the same sales, therefore the inventory will fluctuate and we will order based on sales. We will not spend money on the production of unneeded inventory. Supplier development. With a well-designed supplier development program, better supplier relationships are created and formed. The advantages of carrying out a well-established supplier development program for the company XYZ include improved quality, manufacturability, and reliability for new designs, streamlined and reduced sourcing activities and lead times, full transparency between organization and supplier, increased customer satisfaction, and increased supplier responsiveness. Vendor-managed inventory. Some of the advantages of vendor-managed inventory include cost reduction, improved efficiency, and reduced complexity. Some of the disadvantages of vendor-managed inventory include loss of control, limited options, and less agile market responsiveness. To find out if vendor-managed inventory is right for you, consider product type. More complex inventory processes can benefit from this. Demand for the product. If outsourcing inventory is better for the company. And lastly, vendor reputation. For company XYZ, I do not believe the vendor-managed inventory would be the best approach. Procurement portfolio approach. Many procurement managers use Kraljick's portfolio matrix and attempt to minimize supply vulnerability and manage purchasing power efficiently. The matrix is composed of 4 categories based on the importance and complexity of products. Non-critical, which handles low importance, low complexity products. Leverage, which handles high importance, low complexity products. Strategic, which handles high importance and high complexity products. And bottleneck, which handles low importance and high complexity products. And each category calls for distinct procurement strategies for managing supply. Here is a picture of Kraljick's portfolio matrix. And lastly, we have investment recovery. And this identifies opportunities to recover revenues or reduce costs associated with scrap, surplus, obsolete, and waste materials. Often the procurement manager's responsibility to distinguish between the materials. Excess, obsolete, and scrap materials can hold economic value for organizations through using them elsewhere in the organization or finding prospective buyers of products. Waste materials hold no economic value to organizations.